Once again, welcome to all my dear students. I hope you all are fit and fine. In the previous classes, we have discussed topics that are related to the communication skills like what is communication, about the introduction of communication. In the second class, we have discussed about the feedback of communication. You know very well, feedback is a most important part during the communication. Means without the feedback, sender cannot understand his or her message is properly understood by the receiver or not. Through the feedback, sender can understand. So feedback plays very important role during the communication. In the third class, we have discussed about the barriers of effective communication. Different types of barriers we have discussed, like lingual barrier, that is called language barrier. Second, environmental barrier, cultural barrier, psychological barrier, etc. Now, in this class, we have to discuss about the principle of effective communication. You know very well, effective communication is a two-way communication process where both the parties means sender as well as receiver, both are having rights to express their messages, opinions, facts, and other information. We can make our communication effective when we have to use the principles. So there are some principles which we use to make our communication more effective. See this is the next slide. We have some principles. So these are the principles. First is clarity, second one is attention, third one is feedback, fourth one is informality, next is consistency, next timeliness, and last is adequacy. One by one we will see the principle of communication, principle of effective communication. So let's start with first point, that is clarity. As the name suggests, clarity, that means message should be clearly communicated. Means here you have to use proper words which receiver can understand. That means it should be worded in such a manner that the receiver understands the same meaning which the sender wants to convey. Means sender sends a message, the same meaning will understand by the receiver. Then only we can say that our communication is successful. So here in this point, message should be clear. Or in other words, we can say that the message being conveyed should always be in the easily understandable language. Next point is attention. Attention means here receiver should be attentive towards the message. If receiver is not attentive, then he or she cannot understand what the sender wants to convey. See the definition here. In order to make communication effective, the receiver's attention should be drawn towards the message. The same thing is saying that if receiver is not attentive, then he or she cannot understand the meaning which sender wants to convey. Is it clear? Then third one point is feedback. As we discussed earlier, feedback plays very important or crucial role while communication is going on. Feedback, once the message is reached with the receiver sends feedback to the sender, then it means that the message is understood or not. Your message is reached properly or not. The principle of feedback is important to make the communication effective. Otherwise, means without the feedback, our communication will not effective. So through the feedback, we can understand the communication is completely successful or not. See that here for the sender to understand that the recipients had understood the message in the same sense in which was made. Is it clear? This can only achieve through the feedback. If feedback is not given by the receiver, then sender cannot understand the message is successfully understood by the receiver or not. Next point is informality. At times, formal communication may not achieve the anticipated result. Informal communication may prove effective in some situations. Means during the communication, informal communication also plays some important role. Means suppose the formal communication is going on, that time you have to ask some questions in a funny manner, in a joke manner. Then the participant and the audience give proper response. Then our communication is effective. Otherwise, in proper formal communication, maybe it is not achieved the result. Consistency is another effective principle of effective communication that says that communication should always be consistent with the policies of the organization, the objective of the organization, plans, programs of the organization. Means it do not conflict with the rules and regulations of the organization. Is it clear? So means your communication go according to the organization's rules and regulation. Is it clear? Next point is timeliness. The definition says that communication should be timely to help implement plans. Even a slight delay in communication may not serve any purpose. Take an example. Suppose that on 31st of July, maybe there is a test of any particular student, and in the morning or the time of the test is suppose 11 o'clock. Before that, student asks a question to the teacher that on a particular topic, but the teacher doesn't respond that time. But after the test means after submission, after 3 hours, again teacher goes to the student and replied and responds to the student. Teacher responds to the student, but that time teacher's response is useless, or it does not have any meaning, or it does not have any purpose. Means its purpose is over because the student asked a question for the test, for the exam, but before the exam teacher has not responded. Is it clear? Next point is adequacy. The meaning of adequacy is that the information being conveyed should be adequate and complete in all the respects. If you are providing insufficient information, maybe it performs some delay action or it creates confusion. Is it clear? So when a speaker convey his message to the audience, then that time the message should be complete with all the respect. Is it clear? Now our principles of effective communications are over. Our next topic is 7 C's for effective communication. These all the words start from C. That's why it is called 7 C's. These plays very important role while communication process is going on. So first C is clear, second correct, third concrete, fourth complete, fifth concise, sixth coherent, and last is confident. You can change the order of any C's, it doesn't matter, but the 7 C's remain same. Is it clear? Now first point is clear. As the name suggests that clear means message should be clear. Be clear with your message. Keep it simple. Means here you have to use short and simple words which is easily understand by your receiver. So message should be clear. Next is correct. Correct means your message should be correct with its covers with all the facts and figures. It have complete information, means insufficient information may be create any problem while you are sending your information to the receiver. Maybe it creates a lots of confusion to the receiver's mind. Is it clear? So here you have to use proper grammar, spelling and language. Spelling or proper use of grammar, this is used while you are sending your message in form of written. Means in written form if you are sending, then that time you have to use proper spelling and grammar. Spelling and grammar. Is it clear? Next is concrete. Next point is concrete. Concrete, as you know, concrete means solid. Means your message should be specific. Message should be definite. It is not vague. You know the meaning of vague? Other meaning of vague is unclear. Means your message is not unclear. Means it should be clear to the audience. Is it clear? Next is complete. Complete, as the name suggests, message will complete in all the aspects. So must convey all the facts and figures that are required by the receiver. Next is concise. Concise means you have to send your message in a short and simple manner. Here you have to use very least possible words, that is saves your time as well as receiver's time. Means your sender's time as well as receiver's time. So means message should be concise. In other words, you can say that be specific. Concise means be specific. Means you don't waste your valuable time. So if you use least possible words, then it saves your time as well as receiver's time. Next point is confident. Confident means confidence is necessary or useful while you are sending your message to the receiver. Receiver may be a single person, or receiver may be your audience. See the definition. Your confidence make the other person listens to you. Your voice should be loud enough. Your body language should be strong with a straight back, meaningful gestures, postures you have to use, and you have to make great eye contact with your audience. Then it shows your confidence. If you lose your confidence, then it is not effective with the message or with the communication. Is it clear? So you have to confidence. You show your confidence with your audience or your receiver. And the last point is coherent. Coherent, meaningful, it should be related to the topic. Other meaning of coherent is properly, or you can say that sequentially. Here the message should be meaningful, or it should be related to the topic only. Means you go with your topic. So students, that's all for today's class. Our session is completed. In this session, we have discussed only two topics. First is principle of effective communication, and second one is 7 C's of effective communication. I hope you understood these topics. If you have any doubt, confusion, please ask to me. I will definitely solve your problem. You send your message to my WhatsApp number. Thank you, class.